So what we're gonna do is we're gonna target this. So what we do is pv create /dev/sdf. Okay. And then vg create zmpt1/dev/sdf. Okay. All right. Now what we're gonna do is format the drive. So what is the command for formatting a drive? If you don't remember it, you just go up and take a look.
I got a message that says no device found for ZMPT1.
So what are you doing? pv create /dev/sdf, right?
ZMPT1 space /dev/.
Are you typing vg create?
Yes.
vg,
Oh,
yeah, for the second command, it's vg create. So what is the command for formatting a drive? mkfs. mkfs dot xfs.
file system.
Yeah. So before that, we do lv create. Okay. -l. So then you do free. Sometimes if you want to use the entire disk, do free 100%. Okay. So yeah, so lv create lowercase n, and then you're gonna use give it a name like HR, and then -l, uppercase L. What to use free 100%? ZMPT1. Okay, if you don't want to use 100%, you know what, I'm confusing you, so don't do that. Do just do like 4G ZMPT1. Okay, so the volume is created. No, do this command. lv create huh?
Yeah.
It created? Okay. Now let's do mkfs.xfs. What we're doing is formatting means we are putting the flooring. We are putting either the wood flooring or the carpet flooring or whatever. In this scenario, we're putting the XFS format. And then for that, what you have to do is dev/mapper/ZMPT-1-HR. This is the link it will create for you. Remember, everything is in files here. Right now, for Linux, it is looking at as a file. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to lsblk. You see this thing here, SDF, right? And this is what we created. So what we're going to do is let's mount MOUNT. Okay, and then mount point dev mapper dev mapper ZMPT -1, and we are mapping it to HR. HR is already created. And if you do df-h, you see HR is mounted here. 4 GB, 61 MB is used, and then this is what it's left, is available.
Mrs. Zafar, do we have to create a file system for the?
Yeah, mkfs is the command. Have you done that? Here,
No, I didn't see that part, but yeah, I got you. Thank you.
Hamid, are you okay?
No.
So you done a PV create, VG create, LV create. Now do mkfs. Or .xfs, yes. And if you need to find out dev mapper ZMPT 1-HR, clear your screen, clear your command line, Control U, and type blkid. Okay, so that way you could see it better here. You see this part? Or you may not have it. So what you do is lsblk gonna show? No, right? Okay, type blkid, what is it showing you? It's not showing you HR, right? So what you do is for logical volume, this part remains the same.
Yeah.
So why don't you copy this part and type mkfs.xfs, and then type ZMPT, because ZMPT is the volume group.
Sir, you misspell XFS. You missed the number.
Yeah. Okay, and then when you hit enter, it will create the file system for you. It does, right? Now I'm gonna. Now what you do is mount it. To mount the file system, mount /dev/mapper/ZMPT-1/HR. Okay, when you do df-h, you see it's mounted there, right?
Yes.
Okay.
4K.
Yes, good. So let's go into HR, cd/HR. And if you want to know what directory, what directory is sitting where, you do df-h and a period, it will tell you this file, even though it's at root, but this time around, this file is being used here by the file system here. Okay, I think I mentioned this before. So clear the screen. What we're gonna do is we're gonna create some about 1,000 files in here, okay? So we're just preparing this for, I'm going to show you how to use the duplicate. Touch file one, and then in curly brackets, type 1.1,000. Yeah. If you didn't get any error, it created 1,000 files already. If you do LL and WC, you have 1,001 lines. You see ls-l, it created 1,000 files just in a moment, okay? Okay, now we got a problem here. What we have is, we have a disk got corrupted. Disk is getting corrupted. So what we're gonna do is, you come here and you do lsblk and you identify this disk is corrupted, okay? So what we're gonna do is, we're gonna run this command here. So we'll identify another disk. We need to copy everything from this disk to another disk, which needs to be, it has to be same size or bigger. Okay, so can I use this disk? Yes, I could use this disk. Yes. Can I use this? Yes. Can I use this? Yes. Can I use this?
No.
No. Very good. Can I use this? Yes.
Yeah.
So what we're gonna do is, the command is DD, stands for disk duplicate, and IF means input file, and you have to tell what is the input file. Input file means source. So this is the source, dev/sdf. Okay, and OF equals, OF means output file. And where is the output gonna go to? In here. Yeah. So you do dev/sdb. So what's gonna happen here is, it's gonna copy everything and then move it there. So DD IF equals /dev/sd. Which one we are using? SDF. Okay, OF means output file. OF equals dev/sd. Which one we are using? SDB. So DD is a command. IF is input file. Oh, hold on. So DD is a command. OF, IF yani input. Okay, and this is the source. OF means output, and this is the destination. Okay. All right, so let me take a picture.
Mrs. Zafar.
Yeah.
So you said the reason that we would have to pretty much move um the what are we moving exactly? The disk or the information inside the disk?
Everything. We're gonna copy everything in there.
We're gonna copy everything over. So the reason that we would do that is because like a file may be encrypted or something, right?
No, maybe the disk is getting corrupted.
Oh, the disk is corrupted.
The physical disk is getting corrupted. So, how do you know the disk is getting created? Because
Yeah.
there's like a different monitoring team. They be monitoring stuff.
Okay. Will we be able to figure that out like as admins?
Yes. And admins, usually there is like a Dynatrace or Splunk which is running through, and it will detect, and then the monitoring team will send you the message.
Hmm.
They cut you the ticket or something, and then you have to act fast.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so I'm gonna
But
hit.
that doesn't mean that we're like carrying over whatever is corrupting the disk to the new disk, right?
Yeah, the corrupt part is physical,
Physical. Okay.
so it won't carry over. So we're carrying over the data.
Okay.
So it's gonna run through here. If it's now, if it's gonna be a big size, it's gonna be uh it's gonna take a minute or two here because this is pretty big. 4 GB is a big file size.
So, sir, one question. It doesn't give you the percentage. It's like it's getting, in Windows, if you transfer something, it shows you the progress, right?
Honestly, it should show you, but I'm not sure why it's not showing you.
Oh, okay.
It should have shown something by now. Or what it'll do is maybe it completes and show you the output, something like that.
All right.
Come on, come on. Okay, see, it did that. So give me one moment here. Okay, so okay, let's take a look here. It says records in, records out. They're actually matching it. And this is what the exact thing is. It copied blah, blah, blah stuff. So let me copy that. Now, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do LSBLK, okay? And you see here, uh, I
Sir,
mean,
one question.
yeah,
Um, I'm simultaneously running the commands with you, right? So mine is done too. It's showing 6.4 GB as and 6.0 GIB copied. The only difference is it's you have a 242.7 files copy or whatever it is, and mine is 251.123. Oh, it's the
this,
second.
these are seconds. It took that many seconds here, 200.
Oh, it's a second. I thought it's a file size. Okay, all right, thank you.
Okay, and this is, so let's do this here. Let's do BLK ID. F mapper. Oh, it did work. Why is it not working? Correct. So what I was expecting is I was expecting the same thing. Okay, hold on. Before that, I think I may have not. Uh, let's do LVS. Let's do U mount. Okay, U mount. Yeah, U mount /HR. DFFNH. It's not mounted here, but yeah, get out of there. You in HR right now? Yeah, just put CD and hit enter. Okay. Part PROB. Okay, so if you do df-h, HR is not mounted, right? So let's run that command again. Come on. Okay, so similar output. Let's do, yours is still working?
Mrs. Zafar, Mrs. Zafar,
Yeah,
don't we have to add some type of count? Is this like extending the LVM? or this is just like transferring everything over?
We're doing a disk duplicate. The count is to create a file. If you want to create a file, you do that. We are copying the exact disk duplicate in here to here. It is completing, but I don't see the file system here. With this command, you should be able to see the file system also. What am I doing wrong?
Could we mount another like directory to SDB to see if it actually copied everything over?
Yeah, that's what I was gonna do. But we have to see something here to mount it, right? Okay, so it has SDC, SDD, SDE, SDB is not there. Give me 1 second here. Let me run this command. E to FSCK 7M dash dev/SDB. Um, you know what? I think we used SDB last time, right? We used SDB.
Yep.
Okay, so what it might have is it might have some remnants in it. Give me one moment here, okay? Hold on. Def slash SDC, SDD, SDE, SDF. And we didn't use SDG in it, right? SDG,
Yeah,
we never used SDG, right? In the previous class, so,
No, no.
okay. So what we're gonna do is let's change it to SDG and see if it's gonna make any difference, okay? You guys could do that too. Oh, you got signed out? Okay,
every minute.
so what you do is you right click here and go into change settings. And maybe terminal, no, connection. And in connection, you put a number in there. How much was it for you? 0? Okay, so it completed. Let's see here if it's gonna show us. It is not. Okay, let me do this command here. There is a disk wipe command you have to do. dd /dev/ what is the command I should use? So if equals /dev/0, okay? And then output file is gonna be dev/sdb. Use the one which is causing us problem here, yeah? So what is this gonna do is gonna write all the zeros on this file system here. Maybe it's causing some problem. No such file or directory. What am I doing wrong here? Anybody? Yeah, that is correct, but I'm not putting dev/ here. So this one is built in. What is this gonna do is, remember it's dev/null. So dev/0 is what it does is it writes all the zeros on this disk. And then let's run that, and then after that we do the dd command and see if it's gonna work. Okay, by the way, this command is very useful here. What it does is it will write all the zeros on the disk, and it will clean your disk wipe. Pretty good. So if you are like disposing things off and you want to make sure everything is destroyed, you run this command a couple times, and then all your data on your disk is going to be gone.
So it's kind of shredding. It's gonna be it's like a low level format.
Yeah, it's a low level format, and you could still use the disk after that.
Ah.
Mrs. Zafar, so what command could we use to like view to see if there's any type of data on the disk?
You have to use the external tools to see if there is any data. You have to attach some kind of external software. But this command pretty much does, like, if you want to hide stuff from police or something, if you are in trouble with law, run this command a couple times, you should be good. Did you hear what I said?
Got you, yeah.
If
No, I
you
got
have something to hide, just run this couple times, and you should be safe.
Yeah,
They don't have any undelete command on this.
Huh?
those commands will be not a trail. They can still find out.
Doesn't matter. The law doesn't work that way. Law wants a present proof. It just was a circumstantial evidence.
So Donald Trump, someone like him.
Uh-huh.
I said so someone like Donald Trump.
Yeah. I mean, if you want to hide stuff, you just run these commands.
So whatever data is on that disk, if we run this command, you're gonna wipe it pretty much.
Yeah, it's writing zeros. It says like dev/0. So it's writing zeros on the low level.
So if you were to do this at work, you would completely wipe everything. You would get
Yeah.
fired.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, when I was working at Apple, when it was time to decom, the disk is corrupt, they run this command.
Mm. So you can put this into a script too, right?
Oh yeah. So let's try let's do that our original duplicate command disk. I have used this command many times. I don't know why it's not working. SDF SDB. Okay. DD input file equals dev/SDF, output file equals dev/SDB. Okay, let's run it one last time. If not, then we'll just get off this topic and I'll come back it later on. Which one for dev 0? How's your newborn doing, Austin?
What happened, Mrs. Zafar?
How's your new baby doing?
She's good. She's not a baby anymore though. She's like 2 years old now. Oh, about to be 2 years old
Oh,
in May.
that's the second one?
Yeah, the second one. The first one is 3.
Oh,
Yeah. Yeah, she's getting big though.
oh, okay.
Yeah. Thank you.
All right. Uh, huh? No, it didn't do it. All right, so we'll come back to this. I'm wasting time here today. So we'll come back to this. Okay. So let's switch gears here. So what I need to do is um let me show you how to so this part I have to only talk about run levels. So run levels. So if you type on your screen, let me clear the screen. If you type run level and you see N3, okay, and also if you type who-r, it will give you a run level number 3. So in Linux, there are 7 run levels, okay? So this is the table. So right now, when we type run level, who-r, run level, so we are in a run level. Which run level we are in? Looking at the output.
3.
Yeah, we are in a 3. So what it means is we are in a multi-user mode with NFS, and this is a default mode it will be in. Okay. So what it means is multi-user mode. So if I go to my jump box, and if I do who, I have a bunch of people connecting here, right? That means this system allows the connection to have multiple people connect to the server. And this is called run level 3, and this is the common place it will be used. And then run level 0 is shutdown. If I type here as a root, so here, what I'm gonna do is, okay, so this is how the system looks, okay? Uh, this is a virtual machine, and this is our main system here. And for run level 0, okay? If I type here, and you have to be root here. So before that, let me start with run level 6. Run level 6 is reboot. Okay, so from here, if I issue a command, init 6, init 6, okay, and I hit enter, look on the left side here, the system will restart and all you guys will get disconnected. Okay, so restarting the system, don't do at work, even if it's a development box, you're gonna get in trouble. So you're looking live here how the system is restarting on the left side. Okay, so system is up. If you on the bar, if you click a right click and you do restart session, you will get a login prompt again. And you type uptime and you see the system is up for 0 minutes. It just got restarted. Okay, so run level 6 is reboot. Okay, so run level 0 is shut down. So what is the command to use the run level 0 shutdown? That means you type init 0, init 0, and hit enter. Now this is even bad here. The system goes down hard. Okay, so what you have to do is you have to physically go there and power on. So this is a virtual machine. So I have to select which system was this. This was this system here, right? I'll push the on button and the system comes up.
Now.
Yeah, because I shut it down. It kicked everybody out. Okay, now if you do restart here, you should be able to get back in there. Okay, and now the next one is, okay, so it's shut down. That means that the system you're not able to access at all. So you have to, if it's a physical server, you have to physically go there and power it on. And if it's a virtual, then you have to do what I did here. Connect from VMware or whatever or you go into AWS and turn it on from there. 90% of the time, you're gonna be either in AWS and another 10% time, you're gonna be in VMware. So a lot of companies are moving on to AWS. So now there is another mode called graphical modes. So let me see if we could go into graphical mode. Graphical mode is a bit different here because it will show you graphics. But let me see if this is in graphical mode because you have to install graphical package. So if let's see if the package is installed or not. So I'm going to say init 5. And notice on the left side here, it is changing stuff. And if you do who-r, you could see run level. Okay, now, do you see in here, you have a graphical mode.
Excellent. So it's going to be on a server side, right?
Yeah, it's going to be on the server side.
Oh, excellent.
But guess what? Even though there is a graphical side in there, nobody is using it because it will take up the disk space. If you type df-h here and look at how much is the size of the disk is being used here, right? Which is root, and it is using out of 14 GB, it's using 6 GB. So it's pretty big. Let's go to one of our first server here and see. Okay, hold on. Let me go to. So if you look at our first server here, it is using only under 5 GB. Okay, and the other one, which is for demonstration purpose, I installed the graphical mode on this. It's using another 2 GB extra. So you could imagine saving 2 GB each time here. In a Linux environment, a graphical mode is there, but it's useless. Nobody is using that. Okay. So that is number 5, graphical user mode. And a number 4 is left alone. Nobody is using number 4. Okay, it's blank. And then, so number 2 is, it is unused also. But what is happening is if you are like in an advanced scientific environment, you could configure this as number 2. Okay, so number 1 is in a troubleshooting mode. Troubleshooting mode means safe mode or rescue mode. Okay, so let's see if I could do init 1. Okay, if in this scenario, I think you don't have any. I think you will get disconnected also. But look here. Let's do who-r. But if you do a new connection, I don't think you will get a new connection, right? Let's see. Duplicate session. Yeah. If you are connected here, what will happen is you will soon get disconnected here. Since you are connected, it will disconnect you after a little bit here. So when you're looking at the rescue mode here, the system will come up and stay here. So what you do is you put in the root password.
So, sir, as per it's going to be a kind of safe mode.
It is.
Okay.
Start typing. Hmm. Okay, so if I do who-r, so it came back to the run level 3. So run level 1 is in a safe mode. You are getting into a troubleshooting mode. All right, so that is what that is. So what we're gonna do is next thing is I'm gonna show you how to crack the password. Okay, so all of a sudden you are in front of the server here and you don't know the password to log in, right? So what you have to do is um, okay. So before we dive in here, let's take a break for 20 minutes. Okay, let me start a 20-minute break. Okay, so let's take a 20-minute break and we'll come back at 9:53. All right, thank you guys. So you guys are familiar with like interrupting the key, right? If you use one of the keyboard, it will interrupt the boot process. So what I did was I used up and down arrow key and it will interrupt the disk. It will interrupt the boot process. So what I need to do is I need to select this line. I need to select this line here, okay? This line is called grub, Grub. And when this line is selected, what I need to do is I need to press E. E on the keyboard. What does E for? E stands for edit. Okay, so unfortunately, what you guys, I'll let you guys install this on your personal desktop, and that way maybe you could see what is happening here. Yeah, but at this moment, this is what it is. You won't be able to um, do much, but just watch this. Okay, then what I'll do is I'll push E as in Edward on the keyboard, and it will bring me down here, right? So what you do is you come down to this line, and in here, you type a command in there. All right, so what is the command? The command you're gonna type is RD. It's not typing. RD dot break, BREAK. Okay, and then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do. Okay, so before that, So you type this command here. And you come down to this line here, end of this line. And then if you notice here, it says Control X. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna push Control X on the keyboard while I type that text. All right, I'm gonna push Control X on the keyboard. So it goes through some stuff and it will come back to another screen. Okay, so it is in a rescue mode now. Okay. Once it's in a rescue mode, we'll type these commands. So what I'm going to do is all these commands, these are commands provided by Red Hat. Okay, so this is something invented by Red Hat. You have to follow these commands here. So what I'm going to do is all lowercase mount -o remount comma RW stands for read write sysroot space /sysroot system root. You have to type correctly. And then I'll hit enter. And in here, you type chroot /sysroot. All right, so you come back to this prompt. Now here, what you're gonna do is type PASSWD. You remember this command password? That means you are resetting a password here. Now remember, you are resetting a password for root user. I retype the password and it says all authentication tokens have been updated. Now you remember I started off this computer without a password. Now I set a password that I know of. Okay? Now to save this password, you have to type this. Touch slash a period auto relabel. And then I hit enter. I type exit and I type reboot. All right, that's it. The system has, now you're successfully are able to reset the password. Oh shoot, I'm supposed to take a screenshot here, but it's too late now. What I'll do is, let me reset this. Mount -O, remount RW, sysroot.
And Mrs. Zafar, you had put A, mount dash A.
Oh, okay. Yeah. All right. So let me type that again. Okay. So I corrupted this here. Let me reset it again. I'm going to do E in RD dot rect. So I'm going to type mount -O, remount space RW sysroot. Okay. And you type ch root slash sysroot. Okay. And now it will give you to change the password, PASSWD. Hit enter. I retype the password here. And to save and exit, type touch slash dot auto relabel. Any of these steps you mistype, it won't take the password. So type exit and then I type reboot. Okay, before that, let me take a screenshot.
Mrs. Zafar,
Yeah.
are all emergency modes the same?
Yep. Most you could use this on Windows 6, Red Hat 6, 7, 8, 10. Um, they're all the same. Why don't you do a homework? Download Red Hat 9 and then tell me if it's the same. I haven't tried myself on 9 or 10, but why don't you take it as assignment and let me know.
I got you. And then like Ubuntu as well, like Debian and all those, or it's gonna look different, right?
Uh, I'm pretty sure they're all the same.
Okay.
I think I do have Ubuntu here. or I have I'm interrupting. Yeah, it's not giving me an option to interrupt. Why is it not doing that? Okay. And E to edit, right? E. And honestly, I have not done this. Advanced options. Okay, so this is a kernel. E. Okay, so I am in without password. So in Ubuntu, you don't have too much headache of so it says unknown means you are in a single user mode. So I'm gonna use PASSWD. Red Hat one password authenticated. See, I went in there without having put in the password here. Now I already put in the password. Now, so let me restart the system. So guys, the Ubuntu is much easier, a bit easier. And but I am not worried about it. The Red Hat is the most dominant one, dominant Linux out there.
Okay.
So question, who uses Ubuntu?
Usually there is some research institute and stuff like that.
Oh,
But it's a bit foreign. I think Ubuntu was developed by somebody in South Africa. So the US companies, they don't use Ubuntu for production stuff.
oh, okay.
Yeah. Yep, it worked. All right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not worried about that part here. I'm worried about what we got here. So now
Okay.
let's go back here and see if I could come back here.
Nope, our screen blank.
Can you connect? No, right? Okay.
No.
Okay, so it is in a process of relabeling it. Remember we run type auto relabel. So let's take a look here and we'll see what's happening here. Okay, so it's actually moving along. Let's give it a time.
Mrs. Zafar, what does it mean by like relabeling?
Uh,
That last line.
yeah, it's gonna be I'm not 100%, but what it does is it relabels all this system kernel and debug and stuff. Those things it relabels it. That is part of so the command we ran is auto relabel, right? So it is relabeling the thing here, but I'm not sure if it's doing with the password or not. Come on, come on, come on. It shouldn't have be taking this long. Why is it doing that? We don't have a good day going today. Okay, so I do have a prompt root. There it is.
So,
I'm back in. So there is the process for resetting the password here. If you don't know the password and you have access to either physical drive, physical system, or if you have access from VMware or from EC2 instant in AWS, this is how you do this. Okay, it's pretty simple, straightforward. I didn't think it would have taken that long, but it took that long. So I'm not sure why it took that long. All right, so unfortunately, this part is kind of manual and you guys are not able to do it as hands-on. But this is what it is. So moving along, let's see if we could. I'm going to connect to my system and let's see what else should I do. I'm going to switch to root. Okay, I'm into my own system as root here, right? Let's look at the IP address. So each system okay, expand the window a bit bigger and type IPA. Okay, normally what you have here is a bit crowded stuff here, right? We have this IP address I gave you guys. You guys may be a different one, okay? Okay, yeah.
yeah.
But let's focus on this one here. Let's focus on 1, 2, and 3. Okay, normally you wouldn't have all this in the system here. Why not? Because the way I set it up is so that you are able to connect to the system. Okay, but when the system is nice and fresh, it doesn't have IP address in there. So this part, ignore it, but just concentrate on this 3 part, okay? So we have ENP03 is a one network card and ENP08 is another card, okay? So let's, this is, okay, so this is a new topic. New topic, network interface card. So this is called NIC card. Everybody is familiar with the NIC card, right?
Yep.
NIC card is just like on the back of the system, you would plug in the data cable that comes out from your Comcast in here. So we're gonna do this here. Do this here. So if you look at this system here, machine settings, network. So you have like an option to add 1, 2, 3, 4, up to 4 network cards, right? So I added 4 network cards. One is to get you into the machine. Another one is to get you to the internet. But normally you would have 2 network cards in here, which you really don't need more than 2. All you need is 2 or less. So I already have a picture here. So let me put that in. So this is what a picture of network card looks like. Okay, so this one has like 4 ports. Normally in virtual environment, you would have only 1 or 2, not more than 2. Okay, so, and let me put another picture here of what I just showed. So you have 4 adapters here, right? One is ENP0, ENP0 S3, ENP0 S8, 9 and 10. So S3, S8, and then, as I mentioned earlier, don't worry about these because normally you don't get to see those, okay? So I have another picture here. Now you guys are wondering, what is this number 1? Number 1 is a loop back. Loop back means even the Windows will have this. This is a reserved IP address, 127.0.1.1, and loop back means even though these network cards are not there, a loop back will still be there. Okay, why? Because it's a built-in process here. You need to have one. Okay, so we'll ignore that for now. So what we do is we'll just concentrate on these 2 here. Okay, so think this as ENP03 as an adapter 1 and ENP0 S8 as an adapter 2. Okay, right here in the picture. So uh, all right, so let's configure. Okay, so here, let's configure ENP0 S3. Okay, so Let's configure ENP0S3. All right, so let me clear this screen. So where are the configuration files sitting usually? etc folder. So we're going to go into CD, etc, and then sysconfig, syscon, sysconfig, and network-scripts folder. And in here, type ls or ls-l. And what we need to do is we need to look here closely at this here. IFCFG, this line, this. Okay, now, even though this is a network interface card, what is the Linux think that as any device has? For Linux, everything is what?
A file.
A file, yep. See, so this is a file. This is a configuration file for adapter 1, which is, in this case, adapter 1 is ENP0S3. So this is the one we're going to configure. And this is the directory. Directory for NIC configuration file. All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to copy this. And I'm going to do, what I'm going to do is I'm going to do VI. And then hit enter there. Ethernet, yes. So this is the Ethernet configuration file we have. So in here, these are the default stuff which is already in there. So there are a lot of stuff in here for configuration, but we really don't need all these here. So what we need is, we need number 1, type. Number 2, we don't need that. So just bring to number 2 and do DD. So it will delete that line. And then now what we have is browser underscore only equal. No, we don't need that either. So DD that. Okay, then what we have is boot protocol. Do we need that? Yes, we need that. And then, so this is some of this network stuff. I don't have network experience, but these are some of the things you might hear at work, like the route and IP address and stuff. So this is what it is. So what do we have is default route. Do we need this? No, we don't need this. I'm going to do DD. IP underscore for failure fatal. We don't need this. And IPv6 initiate. No, we don't need this. Okay, anything I have to do with IPv6, we don't need this. Don't need this, don't need this. Do we need the name? Yes, we need the name. Do we need the UUID? No, we don't need the UUID. Do we need the device? Yes, we need the device. And do we need on boot? Yes, we need that. Okay. So see, earlier it says on boot is no, right? The IP address is not there. See, that's why it doesn't have an IP address. You have some information here, which is a blah, 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 and this is the MAC address. I'm not going to explain you what a MAC address is because it's a hardware address. If you guys know what it is, actually, let me just briefly talk about MAC address. Any device that is being produced, it has an address to it. And this address is unique to that manufacturer. There's a lot of, this is just not an alphanumeric number. This is a hexadecimal number. Okay, so this is what it is. But I cannot really go deeper in this. It's beyond the scope of this class. So what we're going to do is on boot, we're going to say it yes. Push I as in India, go into insert mode and push yes and escape. Make sure you have these 5 lines in there. So we're going to save and exit.
I divided it, right?
Yeah, so you have only 5 lines there?
Yeah.
Okay, so the last line, make it yes. Yeah, small yes.
There, then Q.
Okay, now hit escape. Then you do Shift:X.
Save it.
So you saved and exit and do a little cat, and then do this line. Here you have 5 lines in there. Okay. Now if you do IPA, if you look here, ENP0S3 is still not there, right? So if you look at ENP0S9, it has an IP address in here and bunch of other stuff. But this one has only 2 lines. It doesn't have the IP address here, right? So let's get the IP address assigned by network. So what you do is system CTL restart network. Network D. Okay, just put down network D. No?
Phase D.
Okay, hold on. First check the status. Are you guys getting the same thing as me?
Mrs. Zafar, I don't, yeah. Do we have to install it?
No, I think we may have to do that, but I don't want to do that. Let's go ahead and restart your own system, okay? What is the command to restart your own system? You guys just learned it today. Let me bring the table back up. Run level 6 is what? And what is the command? Yep, all lowercase
Six.
init6. That means initiate 6, that means initiate restart. You're gonna disconnect from your main server and then come back. So let's give it like a minute or two before we come back in again. Okay. Now what I'm gonna do is, let's go ahead and go back and restart, check your system. Is it back up yet? Okay, it's not back up yet. All right, I'm back in my system. And I'm gonna switch to root. And now I'm gonna do IP space A. Now bring your attention here. After the reboot, now the system is producing what? IP address. So everybody take a deeper look at your own system and you should have your own IP address there. Okay, should be coming up soon. All right, are you guys still able to not connect? What is your system IP?
10.1.10.43.
It's up. Yeah, it's up.
Completely down. No.
Are you in?
Yeah.
Okay, now do IPA and then look for ENP0S3. Do IPA and then this part here, it should have a IP in there.
Yes.
Okay, so this is a system assigned IP. So okay, so I think we could stop here, I think, yeah. So what we'll do is there's a little bit more with the network interface card. We'll stop here today and then we'll catch up tomorrow. And we did ran into a bunch of stuff today, eventful. But next week we'll continue on with this and then we'll touch other topics here. Okay, guys. Any questions? Use the chat to